everyone, it's me, back for week 16. Best way to do it is just do it. Jaguars and Jets on Thursday night, and the Jags look like they might win this division and make the playoffs. That's just cool to see. The Trevor Lawrence is playing at such a high level, good as the Jaguars hoped whenever they drafted him. And the Jets and Zach Wilson continue to be a fucking train wreck. The Jets got to figure something out in the offseason. I don't know what they have to figure out, but they have to figure something out for this quarterback situation because that's their biggest question mark. Next was Falcons and Ravens, and even without Lamar, the Ravens still find a way to beat the Falcons, and it's not hard to beat the Falcons, but next week against the Steelers, Lamar, I think, is going to try to play. I think that's what they said, at least he's expected to play. Atlanta, like I said, they have a lot of work to do before they're actually competitive. And next was Chiefs and Seahawks, and Seattle has slid, dude. Seattle has slid all the way down far from where they were, mid-season. And right now, if I had, I think when come playoffs in a couple weeks, they'll be on the outside looking in because the way this team's trending is not very good. But the Chiefs continue to look like probably the second best team in the entire league. They'd be first if the Bills weren't so good. There's not a big gap between them and the Bills, and I probably expect that one of those two will be the AFC champion. Next was Saints and Browns, and the Browns offense still looks like dog shit with Deshaun Watson. The Saints, they continue to just be like a mediocre to bad team like they have been all year. They've won the games they're supposed to, but it's unlikely for the Saints to make the playoffs. And the Browns are eliminated, so this game was one of those ones that just kind of meant nothing. Bengals and Patriots, and the Patriots, they still have a decent shot at making it, even though I don't think they really deserve to make the playoffs. But they do lose to the Bengals in this situation, where the Bengals are probably one of the best teams in the league, and the Patriots just have struggled the past couple weeks. The last 2 weeks, let's say. Next was Panthers and Lions, and the Panthers keep their playoff hopes alive. By absolutely destroying, I wouldn't say destroying, by handily beating the Lions, who have been red hot recently. And Carolina, I hope they can do it. I hope they can pull it out of their ass to make the playoffs. I really do. Vikings and Giants, and the Vikings win with a last-second field goal again. This team is always coming down to the last couple minutes. And the Giants continue to just keep sliding in the back half here. And that's really all there is to say about that game. Bears and Bills. And did anyone expect this game to be competitive? I mean, it was close in the first half. But after that, it was just the Bills woke up and won. That's really it. There's not much to say about the Bills destroying the Bears. Commanders and 49ers. And the Commanders, same thing. They're starting to lose a little bit of steam they had mid-season. And the Niners continue to look like one of the better teams there are, even without, Jimmy G, and still rocking with Brock. The Texans and Titans, and of course the Texans win, because the Texans have probably still the best chance of getting the first overall pick, but them beating the Titans is a little bit of a surprise. I get the Titans haven't been the best team all year, but the Texans have been the worst team at multiple points, and I'm kind of, like I said, like I've said every week, the Texans are in almost every game they've played this year. This was bound to happen eventually. Next was Cowboys and Eagles, and no Jalen Hurts, Minshew getting the start for the Eagles. It was very close, very, very close, but the Cowboys do pull it out. I still have full faith in the Eagles to do big things in the playoffs and win probably the conference, but the Cowboys, they're not as bad as they could. This could be a decent season for them, maybe, hopefully. Probably not. Next, on Christmas Eve night, the Raiders and the Steelers, and this game was so exactly what I expected. Pickett didn't have a bad game, and the Steelers looked like the better team, and the Raiders continue to look just terrible like they have all year. But the Steelers, I have faith for Kenny Pickett and George Pickens as a duo for the next however many years. Because they do seem to be a decent combination on regularly. So that's really all there is to say about that freezing cold game. Packers and Dolphins, and the Dolphins continue to keep sliding down and down and down. The Dolphins are, I saw a stat that I didn't even realize, that they started out 3-0, then 0-5, then they just keep going on these stretches where they win a bunch, lose a bunch, win a bunch. It's never been a mix. And down the stretch here where they've kind of struggled to win games. Tua throwing multiple interceptions on Christmas Eve or on Christmas, and they just couldn't get the Packers. The Packers are still fighting for that playoff spot, but the Dolphins need to figure it out in these last 2 weeks if they want to even have a shot. If they want a shot at the wild card spot, Rams and Broncos, and I saw the meme all Christmas that Tua had the worst performance during on Christmas, and then they just showed a picture of Russell Wilson, who was abysmal on Christmas. Getting roasted by Patrick Starr is, that's a highlight in your career. Damn, 51-14. These were two teams that a lot of people expected to be competitive this year, and, well, the Broncos definitely aren't. And Nathaniel Hackett got fired. Thank God. The last game on Christmas was the Bucs and Cardinals, and wow. Trace McSorley versus Tom Brady, and this game was not fun to watch. It was very boring. It was just, so dull until the end, right? I think I still under the belief that Cardinals need to just sell it all off. The Bucs, they might be done after this year. Whether Brady stays or goes, it doesn't matter. I think the Bucs, they've reached their limit, and this team just needs to at least rebuild the offensive line. Lastly was Chargers and Colts, and the Chargers win a game and clinch a playoff spot. Thank God this team actually makes it. Colts still look like garbage, but hey, congratulations to the Chargers. That's about it, though. Here are the power rankings. I will see you next week for the second to last week of the regular season. Bye.